Hello students, welcome to science classes. I am back with the next topics of chapter 5 fundamental unit of life. In this module, I am going to explain about mitochondria, plastid, vacuole, cell division and types of chromosomes. Let's start with mitochondria. Mitochondria were first discovered by Kolliker during working on muscle cells of insects. Benda coined the term mitochondria, means he gave the name mitochondria. Mitochondria are essential for aerobic respiration of eukaryotic cells and also known as powerhouse of the cell. Mitochondria are found in all cells except prokaryotes and RBCs. They are double membrane bound organelle as well as semi-autonomous as they contain DNA, RNA and ribosome and synthesize their own protein. So they are known as semi-autonomous organelle. Something about the structure of mitochondria. Mitochondria is a double membrane bound structure. The outer structure forms the continuous limiting boundary of the organelle. The inner membrane is discontinuous and rough folding. The inner membrane of mitochondria has many infolding projections into the matrix. These folds are called cristae. You can see these cristae in this slide. So the cristae increases the surface area of inner membrane for ATP generating chemical reaction. Some oxysomes are found on the cristae. So the major function of the mitochondria is the production of energy. The energy required for various chemical activities needed for life is released by mitochondria through ATP, that is known as adenosine triphosphate molecules. ATP is known as the energy currency of the cell. The body uses energy stored in the form of ATP for making new chemical compounds and for mechanical work. That's why mitochondria is known as powerhouse, as it stores the energy in the form of ATP. Let's summarize the mitochondria. Its structure is, it is double membrane bound structure, inner and outer, and inner membrane is enfolded type. It is known as cristae, and its major function is it store the energy in the form of ATP, so that it is known as powerhouse of the cell. Now the next organelle is plastids. E. Haeckel introduced the term plastids. Plastids are double membrane bound, semi-autonomous just like mitochondria, and cytoplasmic organelle. Plastids are the largest organelle in the plant cell. Basically, three types of plastids are there. The first one is chloroplast. Chloroplast is photosynthetic plastid. It contains a green pigment which is known as chlorophyll. Mainly it is found in the leaves and it is the active site of photosynthesis. Now the second one is chromoplast. Chromoplast is non-photosynthetic, means it does not have any role in the photosynthesis. It may be of red, orange or yellow colors pigment may be there in the chromoplast. So it is found in the fruits and in flowers. So the major function of the chromoplast is it attracts insects for pollination. Now the next one is leucoplast. It is also non-photosynthetic, colorless plastid, but stores nutrients like starch, lipids and proteins. Mainly in storage organs like roots, seeds and young leaves it is found. Now we are going to do detailed structure of chloroplast. So chloroplast are green plastids containing the pigment chlorophyll. Each chloroplast is covered by a double membrane structure. It contains a space filled with a colorless proteinaceous matrix called stroma. You can see this part. This is known as stroma. So a number of organized flattened membranous sacs are present in the stroma. They are known as thylakoids. These sacs are known as thylakoids. The thylakoids are arranged in the stacks like the piles of the coins and grana. Grana are the site of light reaction during photosynthesis and stroma are the site of dark reaction during photosynthesis. About light reaction and dark reaction you will do in the senior classes. It is beyond your syllabus. So this is all about the structure of the chloroplast. Now we can differentiate mitochondria and chloroplast as both are having some of the similarities. Both are double membrane bound, both are cytoplasmic organelle, They both are semi-autonomous organelle, but some differences are there. That is, like mitochondria are found in all eukaryotic cells, but plastids are found only in the algae and in the plant cells. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell as it provides energy, while plastids are the kitchen of the cell. They uses energy in the form of sunlight. Thus, we can differentiate mitochondria and plastids. Now the turn of vacuoles. Vacuoles are sap-filled vesicles in the cytoplasm. Vacuoles are storage sacs for solids or liquid content. These are small sized in animal cell, while in plant cell they are of very large size. I had discussed this in the previous module. Vacuoles are mainly made of cell sap covered by a single membrane called tonoplast. The tonoplast is semi-permeable. The major functions of the vacuole are: it helps in the storage of waste products or plant metabolites like tannin, latex, resins, etc. These substances are useful for us, but they are waste substances for the plants. Now, vacuoles may act as food reserves by storing minerals, salts, and sucrose. It also maintains the turgidity and rigidity of the cell. Thus, vacuoles are very important. Now, the next topic which we are going to start is cell division. First of all, you should know what is cell division. The process by which new cells are made is called cell division. There are two main types of cell division, that is mitosis and meiosis. We will discuss about that further. First, why cell division is needed? What is its importance? So actually, new cells formed in organism in order to grow, to replace old cells, dead cells, and for injured cells, and to form gametes, which helps in the reproduction. So that cell division is required. Overall, we can say it helps in the growth, replacing old cells, injured cells, and in the reproduction. So the types of the cell division, they are of two types, mitosis and meiosis. In both type of cell division occurs in the many steps. Those steps are not included in your syllabus, they are beyond your syllabus. So we are just going to differentiate mitosis and meiosis. So the mitosis is the cell division which occurs in the body cells, whereas meiosis occurs in the gonads. Gonads are the reproductive organs, like in females ovary and in males testes. And mitosis, it occurs to cell repairing of the cell, for the growth of the cell. Means there is not any role of mitosis in the reproduction of the cell, but meiosis helps in the reproduction. Number of cells produced in the mitosis are 2. You can see in this previous slide, in the mitosis the number of cells which are producing are two cells, but in the meiosis the number of cells are 4. You can see here two steps of the cell division are there. Here 4 cells form, but in the mitosis 2 cells are formed. Okay. Now the next one is number of divisions. In mitosis single one division takes place, whereas in meiosis it occurs in the 2 steps, 2 times division takes place. So in mitosis number of chromosomes remains same, just as the parent cell, but in meiosis number of chromosomes remains half number of chromosomes are known as haploid, and double number of chromosomes are known as diploid. Okay, so these are the basic differences between mitosis and meiosis. Basically, we can say that mitosis is the cell division which is helpful for the growth and the development of the body, and meiosis is that which is helpful in the reproduction of the cell. That's why in meiosis number of chromosomes remains half. Now about types of chromosomes. Chromosomes are helpful in the sending hereditary characteristics to the next generation. They helps in the cell division. So basically 4 types of chromosomes are there. They are called metacentric, submetacentric, pterocentric, and acrocentric. So the type of chromosomes depends upon the centromere. So what is centromere? The centromere is a constriction present on the chromosomes where the chromatids are held together. Chromatids are the arms of the chromosome. So the first type of chromosome is metacentric chromosome. All the types of chromosomes are dependent on the basis of the position of the centromere. So in the metacentric, name itself is telling us meta means middle. So the centrosome is found in the middle. You can see this structure here. The centrosome is found in the middle, so that they appear just like V shape, because centrosome is found in the middle. Okay, so this is metacentric chromosome. Now the next one is submetacentric. In the submetacentric, chromosome, it is the chromosome in which the centromere is slightly away from the middle region. It is so that it may be of L shape, because one side is short and the another side is somehow long, so it is known as it appears like L shape. Now the next one is the acrocentric. It is the chromosome in which centromere is located close to one of the terminal end, very close to the terminal end, so it is known as acrocentric. And during the one of the stage in the cell division, that is called anaphase, these type of chromosome appear as J shape, because one arm is very short, so they appears like J shape, because centromere is just near to the one end. Okay, now the next one is telocentric. The chromosome in which the centromere is located at one of the terminal end is known as telocentric, so they appear like I shape. So these are the structures, or we can say types, of the chromosomes. Now a quick recap of the module. First, which organelle is known as powerhouse of the cell and why? So it is mitochondria, because it stores ATP in the form of it stores energy in the form of ATP. Differentiate mitosis and meiosis. Mitosis is helpful in the growth and development of the body, whereas meiosis in the reproduction. In mitosis, number of chromosomes remains same and 2 cells are formed, whereas in meiosis number of chromosomes remains half and 4 cells are formed. Explain 3 types of plastids we have discussed in the module. They are chloroplast, chromoplast and leucoplast. Write main functions of vacuoles. Vacuoles helps in the turgidity, maintaining turgidity and rigidity of the cell. They are also helpful in storing some important substances and the waste products, food, etc. Name different types of chromosomes. Just now we have done. Basically the chromosomes are of 4 types. It is dependent on the position of the centromere. So they are metacentric, submetacentric, acrocentric and telocentric. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.